The following is a presentation of TFNN.
11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. You believe in miracles? Yes!
Let's go to Ilka in Boston. Ilka, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Steve, seriously, you guys are unbelievable. You are doing wonders for all the traders.
Well, thanks. We appreciate that.
The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the May 6th marvelous Monday edition of today's opening bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I absolutely treasure your presence here today, folks. My outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with the tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, that is really what it's all about. So let's go look at one of our tools. This is the tool I call, and it's a question. You know, questions control our focus. So let me ask you this question. If you knew that everything was going to turn out okay in your life, how would you live your life differently today? You know, each of us, it's just simply the way that life works. We're always dealing with problems or hurdles out there. It's just the way that the universe tests you. And if you knew that everything was going to turn out okay, what different decisions would you make? How would you live your life differently today? For any of you that had a chance to catch 60 Minutes last night, if not, you can always go online. You can check it out. Paul Tudor Jones was one of the segments that was featured. His Robin Hood Foundation out there. I'm not going to talk about the Robin Hood Foundation, but I'm going to talk about, he gave when he was out there really on the stump as he was giving his speech to encourage people to give more of themselves to others out there. He used that famous speech at least that was popularized in the movie Braveheart. When William Wallace was asking, he said, "Hey, I'm William Wallace. I see a whole army of countrymen here in defiance of tyranny," that whole bit, and and you've come to fight as free men, and free men you are, and what will you do without freedom? That whole, it's 2,000 against 10. What will you do? And somebody ran out, or somebody shouted out, run. And, of course, he said, run and you shall live. But fight, fight, and yes, you may die, run and you shall live, something like that. And then he went on to ask that question. So I liked, to me that was one of those inspiring scenes in a movie to help get you pumped up. And as you know, I like to kind of get pumped up around here. So, what I see in front of me is a whole army of men and women here to do good for themselves and others. Traders, investors, young and old, looking for answers as to what's the market going to do next. Asking, should I be in? Should I be out? Is buy and hold the right strategy? If you were listening to CNBC from 6 to 9, you would assume buy and hold was the right strategy out there. At least that's what they certainly were pushing. Maybe it's not the market that you have to overcome right now. Maybe it's some other fight that some other challenge that's going on in your life. Do you take it? Do you take it on or do you run from it? Yes, running is easy. At least it is for a while. And then here's what Paul Tudor Jones said. Here's what's so inspiring about that speech from Braveheart. Because in dying in your bed years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that one? From this day to that one, for one chance, just one chance, to come back to that crossroad in your life and tell your enemies, whether they're from within or from without, that yes, you may fear them, but that they just simply cannot take away your decision to do what? That's right, to take massive action, folks. And lastly, I ask you, no matter what hurdle you must overcome, if you knew that everything was going to turn out okay, how would you live your life differently today? What defining decision would you make right now? If you've got to overcome a hurdle, I'd write that down on a pad of paper and then maybe go replay that. Go get that movie Braveheart or whatever it is that's going to inspire you to take massive action. Well, let's go check out the massive action in the markets, especially the massive action from last week on Friday. Let's start out by taking the markets are relatively flat out here right now. The Dow futures are up like about 3 points. Says that they'll open down maybe 4 as we come into the 9:30 session. ES Mini is flat. It's trading at 1609. NASDAQ futures at 2943. NASDAQ futures here having the biggest bounce in the pre-market here right now. What we can take a look at, Apple closed at 449. Apple trading right now at 456, so we'll see a little bit of a bounce out there. Cliffs Natural Resources, CLF, they're trading at 2084 right now. They close at $19. Intel up as well this morning here, just slightly. Close at 23.96, trading out at 24 and a quarter. Facebook a little bit on the move. They close at 28.31, up about 20 cents here right now. To the downside, you've got Lin Energy. They close at 38.44. They're trading at 36.10. North American PAL is the ticker symbol. Let's not even pay attention to that. Yahoo trading down just a bit. They close at 25.07. And actually really trading out pretty flat out here. If we do take a look at the metals market right now, you've got gold up $6, trading out at 14.71. Silver's trade at 23.98. It's down 3 pennies, pretty flat. Light sweet crude now down 50 cents. That's off of its session highs for sure. We'll take a look at that. It's down 0.5%. That's traded at 95.11. You've got copper down a couple of pennies. Platinum is down $6 over across the pond here. Really only the DAX is trading. The FTSE baking holiday out there, and the DAX is totally flat here. It's down 15 cents. Over in Asia, you had the Nikkei was closed last night as well. I believe the Hang Seng was up. Hang Seng was open. But we'll go to, I'm not even sure in Asia, but I show the Hang Seng being up 225 and the Shanghai up 26. But we'll go take a look at those charts. And anything else that you'd like, just give us a call at 877-927-6648. On my screen here, if you're watching us on Tiger TV right now, what you're paying attention to, what you're seeing is the ES Mini weekly chart on the screen. Last week, as the market was consuming the Jobs Friday information and taking it as positive as it was, we are seeing the completion on a weekly chart of a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD up. That's the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD up that takes you all the way back to October of 2011 out there. That low 1068. That's your A point, your B point coming in here. At March 30th, that high was 1419.75. And then the retracement down into the rising price channel. That was the June 4th low. In this case here, it was the week of June 8th. 1262 was the number. 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. On that would take you up to 1614.83 out there. Well, you can't get the 83. We'll just simply call it 1615. You are trading right now. It got up as high as 16.11 on Friday. Right now you're trading at 16.09. There's a larger A to B equals CD. That's the one coming off of the March 9th lows out there. That would take you up to the high in April of 2010. About a 0.382 retracement back into July of 2010. The 1-to-1 on that was 1554. 1704.64 is the 1-to-1.272. I suspect over time that is where the ES Mini wants to travel to. As you know, on the longer-term picture, yes, I think the markets have a much, much longer move to go to the upside, and that's what we're taking a look at here in the A to B equals CD pattern. But let's go down and let's take a look at the daily chart. Let's see what the markets did here on the daily chart. Let me pull this back here. We had this little, we've had a couple of downdrafts. The most recent one here came in on May Day, on May the 1st. Formed that little bearish engulfing candle. That's what this red candle is right here. It engulfs the prior session of the trading session out here, engulfed the entire April 30th candle. If we come all the way back here, this was a, when I say come back here, I'm talking about April the 12th out there, April the 12th. It was a bearish engulfing candle. It engulfed this session from April 11th, but really set up this 4-candle reversal signal here. Did not think that 4-candle reversal signal would fail when you have a significant reversal pattern. That's what this 4-candle session used to be out there. That's the same kind of 4-candle formation that we saw coming off of the November lows. You can see it. I'm referring to November of 2012 out here. You can go back to March of 2009. You will see that same candle formation. It works at highs. It works at lows. We looked at that during one of the shows out here. When you take out a significant area of resistance, what happens? It becomes support. And so inside the ES Mini right now, support is going to be right around that 1593 level. 1593 is the high of that April 11th session. If you take a look at the high of May 1st out there, that was 1595. So you can say 1595 to about 1593. That is going to be your level of support on any pullback. You get back inside those, you're back inside the range, and then what we would have had out here on Friday would have been a false break. However, you come back and you test that area. If the market can come back and test that area and that level will hold, that all that says is it wants higher price out there. That is on the ES Mini. It has overcome resistance areas. Just like we were talking about William Wallace out here. Resistance and whether or not you're going to fight. Well, the market is absolutely going to fight. Let's go take a look at the real fight out here. That is the NASDAQ futures. Why the NASDAQ futures? Because that has been the one I have been saying myself even, that is the wild card out here. The wild card, why? Because when a .786 Gartley sell pattern or buy pattern, doesn't matter which one, when they fail, they so often turn into a butterfly pattern. It is amazing. And what we saw take place here in the NASDAQ futures, we're taking a look at this .786 Gartley sell pattern. That formed out here on the daily chart. This formed back on February 13th. Just a few months ago out here, and that level held. That level held and was tested all the way until April the 10th. April 10th, you had a nice wide-ranging bar out here. We had the reversal signal. This was a evening star reversal pattern out here between April the 10th and the 15th of April. We had that nice down draft day out here. Market moves down in the NASDAQ futures, comes right back into the top of January 2nd. That level held as a support area, went up, made that 100% move of a move, and what we know about these .786 Gartley patterns. It's how you want to be paying attention to them. It's what you want to watch. More often than not, they turn into butterflies. What's a butterfly? A butterfly is nothing more than expansion of a set of swing points. In this case here, your set of swing points are going to be that September 21st high, all the way down to the low that came in on November 16th. If we take a look at where the 1.272 level is, that'll take you to 29.75. Right now, the future's trading out at 29.43. That says you've got at least another 35 points left in this area here. Perhaps so. And you don't know if the market's going to stop there. You can go up to that 1.618 level. That would be 31.06. But 29.75, that is absolutely what is in the cards. We are watching unfold in front of us a .786 Gartley sell pattern that failed and now turning into a butterfly. I'll go ahead and paint that picture in here. Picture is worth I don't know, what is the actual expression out there, 1,000 words or something like that. There's the picture. There's your 1.272 butterfly, and right in the 29.75 area. Let's go take a look at the Dow futures out here. We know as we take a look at the Dow, that has been hammered. We've seen volume off of the highs. It is absolutely the first signal of something to come out there. It's just not going to come. Well, it didn't come on Friday, and doesn't look like it is going to come today, but we're very early into the trading session here. Looks like today nothing more than a digestion of Friday's gains. If we take a look at the same areas of resistance here inside the Dow futures, resistance now will become support. That was the April 11th high. That number 14,823. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. with the launch of TigerTV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Nothing changed here in the futures market. Let's go take a look at the currency pairs out here. Let's start off taking a look at the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. We've got the daily chart up on the screen. We can see that still that three drive to a top pattern that is still in play out here. That three drive pattern completing here on the trading session of April the 10th has made a high of 99.86 out there. We can see that that is a level, looks like it is going to be tested here once more. Right now you've got the yen, U.S. dollar yen currency pair trading at 99.23. You know, it has not wanted to give up much. We should have seen it pull back at least to about the February 25th area, even the high, which was 94.60, maybe all the way down to that 90.88 level. That has not taken place, but the three drive out here still in play. Now, if this gets taken out, all that it is telling, well, it's giving you a lot of information. When a three drive pattern fails, it tells you there is a significant trend, strong trend that is still in place out here. These are patterns that work really well, and they give you information either to the upside or to the downside. So until the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen takes out that 99.94 level here, we don't really know if this is going to be a continuation move to the upside. What we can see on the daily chart, what has happened since that three drive to a top pattern, we have seen that the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen, and on the daily chart was in the overbought condition And by moving sideways, which it's really done ever since April the 10th out there, it has in essence worked off some of that overbought condition out here. So it's free to run to the upside. And if it takes out 99, we'll just say if it takes out 100, where will it travel to next? That's a great question. Let's go take a look at a longer-term chart out here. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. I would say the next area inside the let's go take a look at retracements here. Let's start with retracements off of the highs back in June 15th, 2007. Down to you see a lot of lines if you're watching on Tiger TV. But it looks like, where the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen would be headed to again. We're looking at a weekly chart, would be in the 105 level. So if it busts through 100, it'll head up to about, I would say maybe about 101.50, 102, but it'll make its way up to the 105 level. That is the 618 retracement all the way off of the 2007 high. In this case here, happened to be the week of June 29th, all the way down to the low. That was put in on 11-11-11. How do you like that? The weekend at 11-11-11. Let's go take a look at the Queen. Let's go see what the Queen is doing. Relatively flat trading session out here. Hasn't done much. We saw some movements to the downside. We've seen a couple of quick movements to the downside. One took place at 9:30 on May the 2nd. The second one to the downside at 9 a.m. on May the 3rd out there. It did quickly bounce back, but really been traveling in a sideways trading range. What we have seen here is now we're seeing this little rainbow convergence, and what this is suggesting is that we'll see some move to the downside here inside the euro-US dollar currency pair. This is a 30-minute chart that we are looking at on the screen. Let's go take a look at the daily chart, see what's going on inside the longer-term picture. Inside the daily chart, we know that the euro has tried to bust above the resistance line. I went ahead and moved that resistance line up just a tad out here. If it can, and it can't do it. So it wants to at least come back. Wants to come back to the lows, to where it really broke out from, which is going to be that April the 4th trading session, maybe the high there of 1.2947, or actually if it can close inside that bar, down to the low. But really just been traveling in a sideways trading range here from about the 1.297 level all the way up, I would say, to about the 1.32 level. That is on the euro. If we take a look at the Great British Pound is on its way to making its first 0.618 Gartley sell pattern. This is the daily chart that we're looking at, and that's where it really wants to get up to, which is right around the 1.576 level. It's at 1.554 right now. It has completed a 1 to 1.272. A to B equals CD. But what we can take away from looking at this chart is it really still is the bulls that are in charge out here. We had a small-bodied candle out here on May Day, on May the 1st, a little bit of a bearish candle, but really the body of the candle still trading with inside the body of that May 1st candle. That was no bearish signal. In fact, the bulls stepped in on May the 3rd. We're seeing the bears, we're just seeing some gains being taken off of the table. For those folks, most certainly, that bought in on the hammer candle as it was making a low, as it was in oversold condition on March the 12th. As well as the bullish candle, the bullish engulfing candle on May the 13th. So it's been a nice run-up, but looks like the Great British Pound wants to head up into that 0.618 retracement level coming off of the January 2nd area. That would be your first sell signal on the Great British Pound. Well, that's the sell area, not the sell signal. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives you Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. With Market Insights, nothing is left to guessing. With the market at record levels, volatility is here, and now is a perfect time to take advantage of a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights. As recently as March 26th, Tom advised his subscribers to liquidate their 4 short-term equity holdings, closing out all 4 positions for a combined 15.9% profit. And on April 1st, Tom advised his clients to sell their longer-term position in AIG warrants, locking in more than a 40% profit in just that one trade. If you'd like to see the kind of newsletter Tom O'Brien sends out to his subscribers each morning, then sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN is excited to launch our brand new software charting program, The Art of the Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind software, Art of the Charts allows you to scan for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, butterflies, ABCs, and much more. Art of the Charts is designed to help you when scouring the market for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, and even months searching to find. As part of our introductory pricing, we're offering licenses available at only $59 per month. We're so confident that you'll love this new outstanding piece of charting software that we'll even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Lock in your low price today by ordering your copy at TFNN.com. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
We're off to the races. We got the Dow off 13 points. S&P up 1. Composite up 7. Russell 2000 up 50 cents. Google up 444. Apple up 782. Microsoft down 9 ticks. Intel up 14. Cisco up 8 ticks. Lead the charge. The upside is Apple up $7.78 right now. We'll go peek in on the Apple chart here first. We're going to look at Google as well. Google's up $5.40. We got Westlake Chemical up 5% this morning. That's up $4 and change. Arkansas Best Corporation, ABFS, up 27% this morning. They're trading out up $3 at $13.44. LinkedIn having a little bit of a bounce here after a very, very difficult session. I believe we've got the island reversal inside LinkedIn now. It is up about $2 and change. Humana also, I think, maybe it was Humana or one of the other. United Health. Might have been United Health, not Humana. Humana is up $2.26. I was trying to think of the other island reversal pattern out there. YRC Worldwide up 19% this morning. YRCW having a nice morning. Let's see if they were out with earnings out here. YRCW. I don't see it on my earnings sheet here. Pioneer Natural Resources up 1%. Tesla Motors up 3% this morning, up $1.55. Icky. ICICI. IBN is the ticker symbol. They're up almost 4% this morning, up $1.70. VMware up about $2 right now. That's up 3%. To the downside, Netflix selling off a bit this morning. They're the leader in the clubhouse, down $5. That's off about 2.5%. Lynn Energy and Linco down 6 and 6% respectively. IBM down about 0.8% this morning, off $1.61. Tyson Foods, TSN, off 5% here this morning, down $1.25. Everything else is really under $1, so not much really to the downside. Let's start off taking a look at the Apple chart out here. See what we can see pattern-wise or anything that's going on. Let's start off with the lows that were formed out here. The recent low as Apple on the daily chart was in the oversold condition. That was down on April the 19th. Made a little morning star reversal. So you've got a 3-star candle out here, 3-star bullish formation that says, excuse me, that says at your low of 385.10. That is your real area of support inside Apple. We also had down there was a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. That would be coming off of the high on September 21st, 705.07. That's your A point. Your B point is that hammer candle on November the 16th. That's the low of 505.75. Makes a 0.382 retracement. 395.50 was your 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. Got down actually to a low of 385.10. We'll go ahead and remove that A to B equals CD off of the chart. Ever since that morning star, we have seen a little bull sash candle as well. That was this candle right here on April the 26th, little rising window. So a little gap in here as well. Those gaps are very important. That little gap on April the 29th telling you the bulls most certainly in control. What we have seen here is just a series of very small little gaps. There's actually a little gap up between Thursday of last week. The high was 448.59. The low on Friday, 449.15. Hard to see, but truly another little gap there, as well as what we have here this morning. Because May 3rd session, the high in Apple, 453.23. The low here this morning, 454.31. So another gap. What is Apple moving up into? As we can also see here on the daily chart, we're taking a look at Apple as it makes its way into a overbought condition. Apple has not made it above or into these levels here percentage-wise, which right now is in the 65.7% range, has not made it up to those levels, going all the way back to the highs of September 21st, 2012 on the daily chart out there. So that should make you say, something to think about. What is Apple moving into? You've got 3 candles right here, 3 black crows. That's the trading session from March 26th, March 27th, and March 28th out there. Volume in this swing point. Now, we can see that Apple is above this volume session here. Wide volume session for March 29th, 56 million shares out there. Next time that we see volume on the chart is all the way back here at the downdraft. I suspect that this is where it's going to run into some very significant resistance. Let's take a look at this, and let's draw the line across. That is the January 24th level. If we make that, we'll make that a red line going across the screen. We can see the volume down on that trading session as well. That was a little downdraft. That was a gap down. Was 52 million shares. Friday's session in a market that was zooming higher, only 13 million shares. Trading session before on May 2nd, 15 million shares. Before that, 24 million shares. So it looks like IBM here, not IBM, Apple losing a little bit of steam as it moves up into an area of resistance. The swing point, that's actually going into March 25th. That's got 18 million shares out there. The low of that swing point, which is the at least the initial target area, is 461.78. The high is 469.95. That's where Apple wants to move its way up. It's still no bears here. No bears in control at all after coming off of that little morning star and oversold condition back here on April the 19th. Let's go take a look at some of these stocks here that are moving and grooving to the upside. You've got Westlake Chemical. They were out with numbers. They reported numbers. Their reported numbers say that their net income was $124 million versus $87 million the prior year. Nice job there. A little bit of a difficulty, though, here on the top line number. Kind of a consistent theme out here. $864 million for Q1 in net sales versus $1 billion. That's down quite a bit, but they are getting rewarded. Let's go take a look at their stock chart, see what it is doing. The ticker symbol on this for Westlake is WLK. So let's go see what Westlake is doing out here and see what it is moving up into. Gapping up most certainly here this morning, running right into a bear sash candle. So there's going to be a little bit of resistance here, and we'll take a look at the volumes as well. We take a look at that at the end of this little bear sash candle here, bearish candle, April 26th. That says that the resistance area is going to be the high of April 25th. That level, $88.98 out there. Volume is 720,000 shares, 761 on that bear sash candle. So far this morning in 11 minutes of trading, good volume, 182,000 shares out there. If we take a look at what else we had, let's see if we have a confirmed A to B equals CD down on this. Let's take a look at this here, and the A point on this would be your March 21st high, 98.27. Your B point would be the swing point level from April the 5th. That low is 83.51. That will now we'd have to make that A to B equals CD look more like this, just simply because of that retracement. So let's take a look at this. Your B point on this now would have to be April the 18th. That low is 76.71, and your C point would be that April 25th. That's the swing point that is traveling within. If it is going to make an A to B equals CD, that would take you down to 67.44. That would be coming all the way back to this high volume breakout here. That breakout session takes you to October the 16th when it broke out with 3.3 million shares. Does a very nice job of testing that breakout area. It has done it once. I'll go ahead and draw a line across the screen. That'll be the black line that you see if you are watching us on Tiger TV. And this equity, it had broken out, and it had done it with some nice volume. Did that again on October the 16th. And it comes back and tests it. Now, your benchmarks here, 3.3 million, or the actual breakout session of 366. As it moves down into that area, it does it with 1 million shares on November the 15th. No bullish candle right here. This inside day was all that really was on November the 16th. But then it goes ahead and gaps up and breaks out to the upside. So we'll see if this is going to form an A to B equals CD down. Let's take a look at volumes as it came down into the B point, April 18th here at 831,000 shares, and on May the 1st, 944. So it's pushing down with volume, even though it gapped up here this morning. So far, other than gapping up just slightly, it has some decent volume in this equity. Let's see what else can we find on here. Let me put the relative strength indicator out here. Well, you can see that B point. It was doing what it's supposed to do, which is bounce out of a oversold area. And that is on the ticker symbol WLK out here, Westlake. Let's take a look here at, let's see, what else do we have that is moving really to the upside. Arkansas Beef, ABFS, maybe the only time featured here on TFNN, Arkansas Beef. Let's go. I'm imagining that they are truly in the cattle business, but that could be a ABFS. Oh, it's Arkansas Best, not Arkansas Beef. So, so much for that. Let's go see what Arkansas Best actually does out here. Arkansas Best is a trucking company, maybe. Arkansas Best, through its subsidiaries, provides freight transportation. So they are in the trucking business. Maybe they truck cattle out here. So Arkansas Beef, we can see gapping up, doing it nicely with the volume, and I do not see any reported earnings or anything behind this move. So let's take a look at this, because this could be a heck of an A to B equals CD up. ABFS is the ticker symbol, in case you want to follow along on your system as well. So gapping up this morning over a swing point from March the 19th. March 19th, 263,000 shares. You're up over that with volume already this morning, 793,000 shares. It's a heck of an A to B leg out here. That A to B leg starting with the Morningstar reversal candle formation. Let's just see if this is overbought, oversold, or where it's actually at. Arkansas Best. I don't know why I want to say beef. Arkansas Best here, making a little Morningstar reversal candle. That's that 3-candle reversal pattern here back on November 16th, kind of common with the market in general. Here's the 3-candle formation. Back, if you take a look at the S&P and so forth, you'll see a 4-candle formation out here coming in from the oversold levels. And you can see it making a nice run out here. Had a decent volume day. It was a little bit of a downdraft, but the bulls really stepped in on January 30th, 1.7 million shares. If we take a look at this possible A to B equals CD setup here, your A point came in off of that November Morningstar low. Your B point was out here on March 19th. That's the high at 1278. Your C point on this is going to be your low from April the 15th. $9.62. A to B, 1-to-1, A to B equals C on this equity will take you to $15.98 to $17.71. Of course, it makes sense. Now you take a look at what else is up there. Well, you've got the downdraft. You've got a downdraft with volume that took place on this equity. Again, Arkansas Best is what we're taking a look at, and this is where it's headed to. That's the April 27th downdraft. That was with 1.5 million shares to the downside. The 1-to-1 A to B equals CD takes you right up into that level. $15.98 was the price projection. The top of the downdraft is $16.45. So at this stage, I'll have to assume that is where it is headed to. If it may want to just close that gap, and by closing that gap, it would then do the 1 to 1.272 AB equals CD. That would take you up to $17.71 right into that April 26th area. That was on Arkansas Best. Let's go take a look here. Let's see. We've got Mobile Mini Inc. MINI is the ticker symbol. They were out with revenues as well. We'll take a look at what their earnings report said. First, let me pull up the chart here. Again, ticker symbol MINI, Mobile Mini. Their revenues that reported net income of $12.2 million. Well, that was 27 cents per share. What was that against? So that was against 5 million shares. So these guys did, about a 150% increase on their bottom line. Let's see what their revenue numbers were. Revenue number growth, we had growth there as well, $97.9 million versus $88.75 from the year prior. So they're up nice this morning here. Again, the ticker symbol MINI up about 11%. This is gapping up. This is an A to B equals CD. Now, this is a nice one, just as we saw in Arkansas Best. This is going to be quite a large A. Well, let's see what it's finishing here. No, this could be quite a large A to B equals CD. So let's take a look at this equity most recently here, see if there was any kind of resistance. A little dark cloud cover candle right back here on the 28th of March. If we take a look, this equity here broke out. So let's take a look at the first breakout area that we see coming off of the lows. Let me put this on the screen as well. As we take a look at this coming off of the lows here, this breaks out on August 9, 2012. Let's take a look at the volume. We use a red line, a horizontal line, to show you both the price as well as the volume. Volume on that trading session, 919,000 shares. Now, as it came back and tested that level, it did it here back on 11/1. So it breaks out, comes back on November the 1st out here, and tested with 149,000 shares. 149,000 shares going against 919,000 shares from August the 9th. Any chance that maybe there were really not any sellers out there inside this equity? I'd have to say yes, absolutely. There were no more sellers. This thing then takes off. You see another little sign of strength in it on November the 7th with 469,000 shares to the upside. The A to B leg on this, you're going to the number you would use is right around July 24th, 2012. That would be your A point on this. So let's go take a look at this possible A to B equals CD. That would be setting up here, and that's not even a retracement. It's certainly not a 0.382 retracement, and we are up over that B point with volume this morning. Yes, it is in the bought territory. If we just go back and take a look at each time it gets into overbought, what this does is consolidate sideways out here, pulled back a little bit back in the December 2012 time frame, of course, with the market. But every time that it gets up in here, it travels with inside the bar. So not an equity here that you need to go ahead and take advantage of today, but you might want to put this on your chart out here. We'll take it back a little bit further, see what it's going into as soon as we get back from this break. Dow's off 23, S&P up 60 cents. We'll be right back.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow's off 30 points right now. S&P is flat, turned down 4 pennies here. Composite is up about $5. Russell 2000 up 70 cents. Inside the Dow here, if we take a peek in, you've got mostly red. United Technologies is up 16 cents. Boeing up 47. ExxonMobil up 4 pennies. Caterpillar up 2. Home Depot's up 62 cents. United Health Group, they're the ones with the island reversal. They are up $1.12. J.P. Morgan's up 50 cents. Intel's up 3, and that's about it. Leading the charge to the downside, IBM's off 285 right now. Chevron is flat. 3M is down 35 cents. McDonald's down 64. We'll go take a look at IBM here in a moment. Let's take a look. Let's go back here to Mini. MINI is the ticker symbol. The name of the company is Mobile Mini. They provide portable storage solutions in North America, the United Kingdom, and the Netherlands. Their products include remanufactured modified steel storage containers, a steel security office, and the steel combination offices out here. On the monthly chart, what we're taking a look at is the A to B equals CD up. Now, the B point here had 6.2 million shares. That was the B point, which is May 31st, 2011. Your A point all the way back into those March lows, March of 2009. So 6.2 million, that's the number, and it's up over that level on only 4.4 million. Even the following month, and that level there was February 28th. Of this month here, then on March here, 5.3 million shares. So it's up and over that on lighter volume on the longer-term picture. What we can see here, the A to B equals CD. The 1 to 1.272 would take you up to 34.53. This equity here on the monthly chart is traveling with inside that swing point, and so it's doing it nicely. So that is what it wants to do, is make its way up to the top, 34.53, anywhere to 37.12. It looks like that may be the end of its run out here. That's why it's important to take a look at daily, weekly, monthly, just to get a decent picture as to what is going on inside any type of equity. In fact, if we were to do it with IBM, let's go take a look at IBM. Let me switch over to my Dow charts here, see if I can pull this out here real quickly. IBM, it's in the upper left-hand corner. How do you like that? Prayers answered. Now, let's take a look at the monthly chart. So normally we start to take a look at the daily chart here. On the monthly chart, this little blue line and red line, that is really the converted 50-day, 200-day exponential moving average. We can see here in the month of April, we got the little kiss out here. And when you get a crossover, in fact, we saw a slight crossover, which lasted for 2 months. That was back in November and December of 2012 out there. And when that line crosses, it is truly a word of caution out here, especially when you're taking a look at a leader in the weighted leader inside the marketplace out here. So that is it's a great set of a lagging indicator here with regard to moving averages and paying attention to them. So that's one thing. The second thing that we can see out here on the monthly chart inside IBM is we can see the evening star formation candle. Now that area here on the monthly chart, that was the high of April 30th, 2012, 210.69. We're trading below that right now. That was an area of resistance. Price tried to move up a little bit higher here back on the month of October 31st, 2012. That set up a bearish engulfing candle out there. We got a slight close above that in March, and then it gave back all those gains here, and we know on the daily chart we had some volume. That is on the monthly chart. If we switch over to the weekly chart, I won't be able to get this done, unfortunately, here before we end the trading session, but what we can see is take a look at IBM and the rising price channel that it has been in, coming off of the lows back here in 2008. And all IBM actually did last week, kind of interesting. When you break a rising price channel, you go back up and you test it. And that's what it did last week as it got up to 205.32. I didn't even know that until I pulled up this chart. In any event, folks, if you're off to start your Monday, have really a marvelous Monday. Stay tuned for the Money Masters show. Otherwise, I'll see you in the morning. Have a great day, folks. Look forward to seeing you shortly.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.